doing their intro. Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to the Game 4 post-game. I'm in the back seat of a car right now with Coach Ed. We're heading back home after the game. What a disaster that third period and overtime was. I don't even know what to say. I'm with Cousin Ed. We're here with Double Defense. What's up, ladies?
How's it going? We got one driving, and I'm in the back seat myself.
You guys made the trip all the way from LA for that?
No.
Hey,
we
no.
did it to meet you guys. That was the best.
Oh,
No,
okay.
look, don't forget we had the luxury of watching Game 3 on the plane and then driving just in time to touchdown and catch
Celebrate.
overtime. So we were able to celebrate with you last time. It evens out. They're gonna bring it home. We're all good. We're all good.
Coach Ed lost his AirPod. His fingers covering the camera. I'm in the back seat of my own car, guys. This is the way.
That's dedication. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
we didn't get a chance to cover Game 3. We were too busy having fun celebrating Game 3, right? So I mean, why don't we start there?
Like, jerking me
Oh,
back
good.
and forth. So
he's still talking.
I got like fucking.
He's still talking about his AirPods. Can you pick up your AirPod? Jesus. All right, guys. He lost my AirPod.
All right, let's move on from the AirPod situation.
I'm
So
down to.
So look, compare look, we got Game 3. Both went into overtimes. We got 3 in a row. We get this penalty, and then
Did you get it?
it was going to be a quick score, or it was going to go on for another overtime. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know how it looked to you guys in the arena, how it was compared to Game 3, but watching it at home, the ice seemed very tilted, especially in the third period.
from second.
It was a little, second period as well. Wasn't too great. I'm going to unmute Coach Ed and Cousin Ed. Hopefully they figured this out. Nope, not yet. So.
What is that? Is it his
I don't know.
hand still?
Can I shut it off?
It's on the floor?
Yeah.
How we doing over there?
I'm not.
Oh, hey.
Won't have that problem like this.
We're not doing great. We're not doing great, guys. Coach Ed dropped the AirPod in the car, and he can't find the AirPod. So of course I'm the one looking for it from the back seat.
All right. So let's go with this comment here.
I
Knew
think that
special
sums up
teams-
the game in a nutshell, right? Maybe those
I
guys
guess
lost
so.
an AirPod and couldn't find it.
Yeah, Mika was looking.
Yeah,
for
let's keep
during
it
that.
together.
was looking-
Paul Gaduzzi knew that special teams lack of production from the top 6, except Laffy and Trocheck. Penalties, special teams being subpar, relying too much on ego and boneheaded mistakes would cost the Rangers.
Look,
Par for the course.
So you pretty much just summed up the entire sport of hockey, pretty much, Paul. No offense, but yeah, I mean,
I know.
if we're missing all of those things, the Rangers are going to be in trouble. But the good news is they're heading back home, and hopefully they can figure things out. There were a few positives we could take from that game, but hopefully we can get into them once Coach Ed and Cousin Ed. Look at the flashlight going on in the back seat.
They got something. They both started looking sluggish, and then the Panthers kind of picked it up a little bit. They got that momentum going, and it just is what it is. So bring it home.
Listen,
all we got to do is win at home now.
Listen, everyone kept saying it was a must-win for Florida. They played like it was a must-win. I'm not going to be a homer. The Panthers deserve to win that game. If the Rangers came out on top, it would have been a whole another narrative of, hey, they stole 2 games, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So,
can't wait to see the headline for that.
So the Panthers deserve that one. Igor played out of his mind. I think the things we could focus on here is like we're seeing in the comments, Mika and Kreider have to be better. Trocheck and Laffy are doing their part. Panarin, I think, had a better game than Game 3. What do you guys think? I think he had a better game than Game 3, but still not his best effort. I think all 3 of those guys have to step up every single game. Otherwise, this team's in trouble.
Well, I think you'll see everything you need to see on Thursday. That's where it's going to count, at home. So
well, if we look back to round 2, Game 5 at home, last round was pretty ugly. So what do you think? You think they'll be able to bounce back at the Garden?
I think they'll be fine. I would like to see a 2-goal lead, and not carried out and kind of. I don't know. They were doing a lot of passing. I just,
Both teams though, they
like-
were like everyone. They were playing so like guarded.
yeah,
Like,
it was a very
everything-
guarded
like,
game.
the
What
game
was
felt
the
like tense. It was like tense energy the whole time, and it felt like they never got comfortable. And I don't know what's going on with Mika and Kreider, but it's weird. It's like it's annoying at this point. I don't know if you can hear me.
Can you
I'm
hear
just-
her?
I'm
The
just
AirPod's
ranting.
gone, guys, so it's just me.
Yeah, I
Did
think
you
we
hear
could move
Liz?
on with just air. We could move on with just that one AirPod, cuz if you don't
It's just
mind.
me. That's it. I'm with you guys.
So,
I
I don't
heard
know,
everything you
Liz.
said. Panarin, a better effort. I thought he had a couple assists. I thought he had a couple good back checks. But Coach Ed said it a few times. Panarin's got to get one. Panarin's got to get one during the
He
game.
got a
And,
point.
like, I mean, the guy had 120 points and almost 50 goals this year. I know it's tight checking and they're on him, but you need your big guys to come through. I'm with you guys. I agree. I'm with you.
Well, we're
Yeah.
seeing a lot of comments flying around here about Blake Wheeler. How did he look live on TV? He looked like he was hustling, looked like he didn't have the cardio, lost steam towards the end, but what do you guys think?
I mean, I thought he had his legs under him. I was a little bit impressed, honestly, with his game. I thought there was a knee-on-knee at one point that wasn't called, where Florida kind of targeted his knee, knowing he had the ankle injury. I don't know if you saw that on TV, but it was pretty obvious to me. I mean, I didn't see him be a liability out there. I thought he was okay. He was playing in a fourth-line role. He probably played about 10 minutes, 11 minutes. It was fine.
Yeah, nobody should be blaming that overtime play on him by any means. Mika's got to get that puck deep. The defenseman
It's on
thought.
Mika. It's on Mika.
I think Valaket said in the post game. I know you guys didn't. Or no, not Valaket. Brian Boyle said it in the post game. I know you guys obviously didn't watch it, but he's like the defensemen see one of their best players with the puck inside the blue line. They're expecting him to make a better play than that, so they go off the ice for a change for some fresh legs, and he turns the puck over at the blue line. That's unacceptable coming from him. I mean, I know everyone's being nitpicky saying he's got to put points up, but forget about the points. He's got to make smart plays during crunch time. And that's a prime example right there.
It's a bad play
need
by
him to
him.
score. I don't need him to score a goal in overtime, but I definitely don't need him to make those plays.
And he also had that same issue in the third period. There was one shift where he had 2 turnovers inside the defensive zone. One was a clear and one was at the blue line. He didn't have a good game. And I completely blame Mika for that play in overtime. Completely.
Without a doubt.
Completely. And I look, it was a penalty. But I'm not going to sit here and say that was not a penalty. This is like hee haw with the gang in here, little like. Anyway, so I'm not gonna blame it on the officiating, but in the third period, from where I sat, Kakko's got a rush, like a 3-on-1 or something, and he gets tackled, tripped, punched in the head, no call.
Nah.
Refs put the whistles away in the third. I could live with that, but then you can't call a penalty in overtime. You just can't put your whistles away and decide, that one I'm going to call. Like, put them away or don't put them away, period. Be consistent, But at the end of the day, even with that, you got to kill a penalty.
Yeah.
Florida 2 for 4 in the power play. They should have been 3 for 4. They scored with like a minute or a second after the power play expired. They should have been, it was almost 3 for 4. You got to kill it. Got to kill it. I don't know, Little Ed. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, we don't want to blame the refs, but you put them away or not.
What, you're saying they shouldn't have called the Wheeler penalty?
No, they should have called a penalty on Florida in the third period. Kakko had a rush. He got tackled and punched in the head.
Oh,
They didn't
yeah. I
call
mean, there was a few calls that they could have made without a doubt on Florida. I mean, I didn't really see many. I hate to sound like a homer again, but I didn't see many that they could have called on the Rangers.
Did you see
What did you think of the
Igor
Lindgren penalty?
The Lindgren penalty? Which one was that?
The holding behind the net?
Oh, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
The biggest one
Yeah.
that I thought was early in the game when after Trouba skated by Bobrovsky, like 3 Panthers attacked him, and then like what 2 minutes later, Gustafson does the same thing, and he gets a roughing penalty. The only thing I could say is like
Yeah.
maybe the referee warned both teams after the Trooper situation, hey, no more of this, and then Gustafson still did it, so then he got the penalty. If that happened, then that makes sense. I mean, that kind of stuff happens all the time in our games reffing, so I'm sure it happens at the higher levels too. But
Yeah,
I mean,
but
to me,
no.
it's like the officiating has to be better, and it's not just our game. It's both. I hear it in the other series and the entire playoffs. You hear that all the time.
We were on the other side, and at one point, like one of the players kicks Shesterkin from behind. The ref's right there, and that was when I don't know if you saw, but when Igor went out to kind of like
It was Kachuk.
Oh, it's yeah, but you see, it was like a behind. It was, I mean, it's dirty, and so
Of course, it
I mean,
was.
with the ref's right there too. Yeah, it is what it is. And I was kind of talking about this. Look, you're not going to get all the calls you want. We're not going to, and we can't harp about it, like, or they can't because they're the ones playing. They have to be able to overcome all that. And going back to your original point, they got to kill the penalty. That's just simple as that.
Yeah, they got to kill the penalties, and they got to take advantage of the power plays that they do get.
Well, they did score, so we did
like.
do that. Give them credit for scoring in the power play.
No, the power play looked a lot sharper this game, without a doubt.
Yeah, so give a little credit.
The point I'm making is it's not like they only had one power play and they scored on that one power play. We're like, oh, how come they didn't get enough? They got a few power plays that they could have scored on, and they didn't. Coach, what do you got over there? You're finally back on screen.
Trooper Miller and Fox looked okay.
Now we can see you, but can't hear you.
What did Liz say?
So Trooper Miller and Fox looked okay. Like I thought they had
Fox had a much better game. Miller, I still think they should trade that guy before everyone else realizes he sucks. And Trouba is just blocking shots, hitting people, doing everything he possibly can. He makes a lot of good passes out of the zone. Yeah, he had a better game than game 2 or game 3 without a doubt. But Miller just looks lazy. He looks like he doesn't care. He could have made the play on that goal that squeaked in behind Shesterkin on behind
he looked
the net.
like that during warm-ups too. I'll tell you,
he is. I'm so sick of that guy. I don't care how many. I don't care what analytics you want to show me. What do you want? I don't care. He's horrible, and they should trade him this offseason before everyone else realizes how bad he is.
And he's super valuable and super commercial. And don't just
exactly trade him. Get rid of him. Him and his Instagram girlfriend. Just get rid of them both. It's infuriating.
I will say I'm very thankful of being there and not having to watch Emily Kaplan. So I don't know if she was on.
Yeah, was she on?
How was she today? Ed wants to know. Ed wants to know how Emily was.
The usual. I got a text. I got a text from somebody. I won't reveal who it is, but they said, I'm all about supporting women in sports or in the arts, but I can't stand this woman. So Emily Kaplan, I mean, she's doing her best, but it's just not going to cut it. I don't think.
So there again, there's a few more
Coach,
points to be a little thankful for to be there. So,
yeah. Nah, I mean, she, like I said, she did try to change her look up a little bit, but got to give her credit for that. But some of the questions she asked are just a little rough. Coach Ed and Cousin Ed, unmute yourselves over there.
He might be choking.
So I have a question for Coach Ed. What would he have done differently?
Coach, what would you have done differently in the coaching perspective?
Coaching
Liz,
perspective.
or
yeah,
coaching perspective.
I'm about to drive off a bridge right now, so.
Okay, not that.
What would I have done? I thought the Rangers were in a position to do good. The penalty was bullshit. They got a nice goal, and that's the way it is. It's going to go back to the Garden 2 games to 2. Everybody thought it was 6 games, 7 games. It's going to be there.
But what is there anything differently you would have done coaching wise? You think I don't know, should Wheeler have been out there in the overtime? Should this person have been out there towards the end of the game? Give us something.
Problem with Wheeler being out there, I saw a mistake by Zibby coming through the middle. It should have been fucking it should have been deep.
So from a coaching perspective, nothing. Just Zibby should have put the puck deep.
What are they doing?
We lost you guys again.
I took it back.
There we go.
I'm
Sorry about that, guys. Tried to share a little, Tried to share a little.
You do his audio. There's like you can hear we got Liz because Liz is driving.
Yeah. Anyway, like you said, 2-2. I said before they went to Florida, I'd like to just split. I'm going to both games. Once they won Game 3, I was okay losing tonight. I wasn't going to freak out or panic. I agree with that.
Yep.
It's 2-2, and Game 5 in MSG, the Rangers hopefully now feel a little desperation and come out playing a little better. They played really well in Game 2. I thought they took it to Florida in that game, and honestly, Florida got lucky that went to overtime. I thought the Rangers really deserved to win that one greater than 2-1.
I thought they played good tonight.
And I thought, for a large part of tonight, it was an even game. The large part of Game 3, it was an even game. But Florida had some pushes. They're desperate. They're home and they wanted to win. And they really controlled the play in the third in both games. So the Rangers got to pick it up. They got to find that themselves and feel that pressure.
Yeah,
They gotta
and so
do-
they're still doing
Yeah.
these long passes that are getting picked off too. So it's like, what do you like? And when you say urgency, what do you expect to see next game regarding speed, passing, or how they take it up? I mean, the answer is going to be yes. What we want to see. What do you think they're going to be doing to show that sense of urgency that may make the difference?
Well, they got to cut out the east-west passes, like you just said. Those long passes.
Yeah,
They got to get the
bugs
puck
me the
deep.
most.
They got to
Yeah.
get the puck deep, and I've been saying it all series. Never mind that, all playoffs. They're facing these goaltenders. Yeah, they're good goalies, but like once you bombard them with shots, Bobrovsky doesn't see half the shots. If the Rangers could just hit the net on half of them, they'd be winning the series no problem.
Well, they hit
Bobrovsky
two posts.
I know they hit two. Laffy's shot, Bobrovsky didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's very overrated, Bobrovsky. If you bombard him with pucks, which the Rangers are not doing, he's gonna be flopping around like he always does. He gets lucky here and there. Sure, he's in position, but he can't get lucky every time. They got to play better. They got to get pucks behind their
Gotta
D,
get the shots.
and they got to get back to forechecking hard. They did a great job in games 1 and 2 forechecking. I think Game 3, could have been better. They got lucky winning that game, I think, or whatever. They came out on top. But they got to come back to forechecking like they did against Carolina. They're not
I think
the Panthers D enough like they were early on.
And I think to piggyback on that, when you say forechecking, what I'm seeing at least is they don't really support the puck. When Florida really pressures them in the offensive zone, the Rangers aren't supporting the puck well. They're like scared and they're staying in position, so they're defending well in a sense, but they're not supporting the puck, so they're not able to control it, and they're not able to make plays and get it out of the zone. So I really want to see them support the puck with a little more urgency, meaning when the puck comes around the boards and Kakko gets it at the right wing, the center's got to be looping up and helping him get the puck out of the zone. And when the puck goes to the corner, Kakko's got to come down a little bit on the boards and help the defenseman dig the puck out. And then the center, they got to move around a little bit with a little more urgency and support each other. And they did that in Game 2.
They had a lot of missed shots. They had a lot of overshots too. So they missed more than a few than I wanted to see tonight too, and connecting, with the puck. So
and Little Ed, I don't know you ladies. Ladies, I don't know what you guys saw. If you agree with me on this, Little Ed, I don't know you saw it on TV, but I just feel like they're not stepping up at the blue line either. Like they're defending well in the zone. They're keeping things perimeter. But the entries into the zone are, they appear like 3-on-3s, but there's like a drop pass, a clear lane. It feels dangerous every time they enter the zone. I don't know, but that's how I felt tonight, at least.
So what I saw, and I was commenting, I was like, when they would go in the offensive zone, they stayed 3 back. Again, cautious most of the time, too cautious. I think they should have kind of moved up a little further and kind of taken a little bit more control, kind of what you're saying, to kind of get on it. They're going to change it up.
Like a little gap control, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, I've been saying it all series. They've been letting them gain the blue line a little too easily. I don't know if the defensemen are afraid of getting beat. I don't know if it's a confidence thing. Schneider seems to be stepping up when he gets a chance, but even him, he seems to be backing up a little too much. I don't know. I really don't know if it's a communication thing. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the D pairs are shaking up again heading into Game 5 like they were last series. I mean, everyone's calling for Trouba and Miller to be split up. I mean, I can't disagree there. I think that pair is just in trouble. I mean, I talked about it before. Miller's got to go, and Trouba, I don't know.
Miller's got to go.
I said it before, man. Trade him before everyone else realizes he sucks. Because he's so lazy. He does not play good defense.
Well, Coach Ed was offering Kako and Miller for Brady Tkachuk earlier.
I'll take that. Let's do it.
He was at the
He was offering that earlier today.
That's fine. Let's do it. Sign me
That
up.
was pregame for sure.
Yeah, pregame.
I mean, look,
I mean, that might have been doable pregame, but if the Senators were watching, they ain't trading for Miller.
Miller's he's he's an enigma, but he's also young and he's developing. I'm not giving up on him yet, but I agree with you that he's got to be better.
It's not the developing. He has the skill set. He plays. He's just lazy. That has nothing to do with development, in my opinion. You can't teach that.
Okay, I mean, I think it does. It's a little bit about positioning and playing the position of defense first. He's hesitant with the puck. I think that comes from not a lack of confidence in his positioning, and I think sometimes he looks lost. He doesn't know where he is. That comes from experience, so I do think it's a little bit development.
I can't get the answer to that.
I know Coach Ed can't hear me right now, but he said when we were watching a game, I forget what it was, he's always reacting. He's never anticipating.
He's always reacting, never anticipating. Yeah. Is that what you said, Coach?
Yeah.
Coach Ed said yes.
He's always reacting. I always say, "Oh, good recovery, Miller." It's always a recovery. It's never just a good play. He's always reacting to someone. He's lazy. He's always getting spun around in the defensive zone. I don't know, man. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's not a perfect player for sure.
He's setting himself up to be the third star in Game 5.
Game 3, I thought he was direct. We watched it after going live. We watched it on TV, and I really think he was directly responsible for 3 of those goals. I know Trocheck in front could have had Barkov, so you give him a little bit of blame on that. And, there's other guys responsible for those goals as well, but lack of ability to clear the puck on the penalty kill.
What was the total
got to get out of
the
the zone. They had 40 shots on goal. They had 40 on goal. Rangers had 28 blocks. I don't know how many missed nets, so probably close to 100 shot attempts, I would guess. Probably like 85 shot attempts.
All right. Yeah.
I'm sure I'll read it on Twitter for the next 3 days.
Look, all I want to see on the next game, Game 5, I want to see none of those long passes that weren't working for him at all, to connect on those passes because they missed a bunch, a little bit more than I needed to be seeing. And then just getting those shots, just getting them on net, like you're saying.
Getting to the rebounds. They're never in the right place.
The rebounds.
Ever is this team ever in the right place.
Just pick it up.
Well, I think
they're only going to beat the Panthers if we have more shots than them. That's
Listen, I hear you on the rebounds, but I think a lot of that has to do with the offensive zone structure. When the Rangers forecheck, they play a 1-3-1 in the neutral zone, so they don't send everybody in. They don't crash the net as like a 5-man unit like Florida does. They send 2 in. One guy goes to the boards, one guy stays high, one guy goes after the puck, whatever. So the puck bounces in front and the third guy's at the blue line, because they're getting ready to get into their 1-3-1 in the neutral zone. So I think a lot of that has to do with that. And that's Laviolette's system. I do agree it happens a lot where I'm like, oh, who's supposed to be there? But I don't know if they're out of position. They're just playing that system. It's the way it is. It's not an aggressive forechecking system.
I feel like they win when
and you also have to remember that Florida's defending those areas too. So I mean, it's up to the Rangers players to find the open ice and get there sooner. I mean, Coach Ed and I teach our defensemen to get to that spot first. You can't let the forward get there and establish the position. It's very difficult to get him out of there.
What did they say about?
Forward has to get there first and establish that position. It was mostly load management, and then Laviolette said after in the post game that this has been the plan all along. He's not going to play more than 2 games in a row. it's hard for a player to come back after playing for 6 months, blah blah blah. So I wouldn't be surprised if Wheeler's out for the next game because of the same reason.
All right,
So
so
we'll see what happens.
no injury. It's just a load management thing. All right, I can dig
That's
it.
what they say, and like I said, Laviolette said something along the lines of this has been the plan all along for him.
Yep.
He's not going to play more than like 2 games in a row or whatever.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see. I mean, guys, like, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm disappointed. It's a frustrating loss. It sucks losing in overtime. But we're 4-0 in overtime going into the game. The series is tied. We still got home ice, best of 3. I think as fans, we just kind of eat it and get ready for Thursday, and hopefully they pull it out. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
You guys
Yeah,
go.
good.
Who's going to game 5?
None of us. Nikki Bloggs is going to game 5, and then I guess Cousin Ed is going to try to go to game 6. And then
I don't know.
if
We'll see how they play in game 5, I guess.
If necessary,
make that
Coach Ed and I will be at game 7.
Well, I think it was our first time seeing a playoff game in a guest arena for the team. So it was, it was fun. I loved the fact that there was a huge, well blended crowd. So just like you guys were saying on game 3, I was kind of surprised to see so many Ranger fans around. So, again,
I'm not.
Got to give credits due, and then enjoy like the people that were here. We watched game 3 on the plane coming in, and up until the last period, and then arrived with our luggage to the Art House and caught the win in overtime. Enjoyed the arena. There were a couple things I didn't like so much in the arena, like where they were tossing shirts during play, and letting people walk around during play. And there's just a couple things, but it was a fun arena. Mostly fun crowd, and then we head home tomorrow to watch. Really early. I mean, it's late. I'm not used to watching games so late. So, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. This is a team that takes us all the way to the edge. All the way to the edge.
I just said it to everybody in the chat, starting to lose faith a little bit. Everyone's starting to turn on this team, and we learn our lesson every single time.
Every time they lose, little Ed, every time they lose, this fan base is like, you guys I'm sorry. Like, I'm pretty negative as a fan. You ask my wife. I'm crazy,
Oh, you should have, sitting next to you at the game was insane.
I get it, but you cannot be so soft that every time they lose, you just like, they suck. Like, you can't do that. You got to just be frustrated in the moment. And then it's over, and the team has been resilient all season.
In my defense, I say Miller sucks, win or lose. So
fair enough.
Enough with the Miller
You're
hate, guys.
One.
The guy's 23.
You're allowed one.
Like, let it go.
All right, everyone
But you
hates
should have seen-
Kako, and how old is he?
I agree. They shouldn't. I say the same thing for Kako. You should hear Coach Ed, though, at the game. He's starting fights with Ranger fans about Trouba. Everyone's like, Trouba sucks. Trouba this. Trouba's a liability.
Good.
Every time Trouba cleared the zone, he's like, was that Trouba?
I know. Liz is yelling like, "Oh, Trouba did one good thing. You got it out. Like, you gotta cheer them when they do the good things."
Because little Ed's saying Miller sucks, and I'm just saying the fan base doesn't think Miller sucks. They think Trouba sucks. They're wrong about that too. Trouba does not suck. Everybody's got a role.
They say Igor sucks when he lets one goal in. So it's like, come on,
Yeah.
Igor
right.
Igor is a stud, guys. He is a stud.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He came through as best as he could.
A few positives coming out of Florida, coming out of Sunrise. We met some new friends in person, some future collabs, some good times. Good times were had. We went into this game saying we weren't going to be upset if they lost. They split in Florida, which is the best that they could do.
Yeah,
can't be mad about that. Good vibes. Heading back to the Garden. Yeah.
We got home ice back.
I say we end the year before it goes back to negative. And good effort, guys. Thanks for joining us in the car.
Clear your plates for the next week, because we're going to go all the way.
Sorry about the difficulties with the AirPod, guys. Thanks for hanging in.
Good luck with the AirPod.
It's gone.
Best out of 3 now. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Let's
Come
go
on.
Rangers.
They got this. Let's go
Say,
Rangers.
Coach.
Thank you,
Let's go,
fans.
Rangers.
Go Rangers.
Thank you for joining us this late. We love you guys. Thanks for all the support. We'll see you next time.
Bye,
Peace out, guys.